Children, in the last video we have learnt about Ampere's circuital law. Now I will teach you about the solenoid, and in the next video we are going to calculate magnetic field, that is the intensity of the magnetic field produced by the solenoid. First we will see what is a solenoid. A solenoid, actually you have to take a long coil and you have to make windings like this, right? So you will get a spiral coil here. So what is a solenoid? It is a spiral or helical coil of wire wound closely. If you pass current to the solenoid, it will produce magnetic field, right children? To magnetic field of the solenoid, it is produced is due to the superposition of the magnetic field of each turn. Each and every turn of the solenoid, it will produce magnetic field, and the resultant magnitude is the vector sum of all the magnetic field of individual turns, right children? Now in this I have considered a single turn here, right? Here there are n number of loops. I have considered here a single loop. You can see a dot and a cross here. What I want to represent here, it is the current at this part of the loop, it is coming out, whereas in this part the current is going into the paper, right? Current coming out of the paper and it is going into the paper. Imagine this to be the ring, children, this to be the circular loop. Okay, now I am holding it like this. So in this part current is coming out of the paper, whereas this part the current is going into the paper, right? Now you can see the magnetic field lines. You can see the magnetic field lines here, children. Near this you can see it is in the anti-clockwise direction, whereas in this part you can see the magnetic field is in clockwise direction. For this you can apply corkscrew rule, children. What you have to do is to find the direction of magnetic field because of the current carrying conductor. Actually you know that current is coming out of the paper, right? Now you have to consider a corkscrew. You have to rotate the corkscrew so that the tip advances in the direction of current. So for the tip to advance in the direction of the current, that it has to move out of the paper, right? So I am rotating, right? You can see I am rotating so that the tip advances in the direction of current. For that, how I am moving my thumb? I am moving the thumb in anti-clockwise direction, right? For the tip to advance out of the paper, I am moving it in, rotating the thumb in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, I am rotating it in anti-clockwise direction. So the rotation of the thumb gives the direction of magnetic field. So the anti-clockwise direction, magnetic field is in anti-clockwise direction. In this part, you know that the current is going into the paper. Same way, the tip, it has to move into the paper, right? It has to go down. For that, see how I am rotating the screw. Now I am rotating it in anti-clockwise direction, clockwise direction, right? See, I am rotating it in clockwise direction. I am rotating in clockwise direction so that the tip goes down into the paper. Okay, so here the magnetic field is in clockwise direction. Got it, children? Now at the center you can see the magnetic lines are parallel and they are almost straight. Instead of single turn, we have considered here two turns, right? Here you can see the magnetic field between these two turns. The magnetic field here, the magnetic field is moving up here, whereas this magnetic field, it is moving down here. So as a result, what happens here? This magnetic field cancels the effect of the other magnetic field. Between the turns, the magnetic field is zero. Here also you can see the magnetic field is moving down, and here the magnetic field, due to this part of the current, it is moving up. So these two magnetic field cancels. So between the turns, magnetic field is zero, right children? Magnetic field exists only in the axis, along the axis. Now the same diagram I have drawn here. This, instead of two coil, there are n more number of coils. You can see the magnetic field lines or moves from north pole to the south pole. Here also you can see the magnetic field moving from north pole to the south pole, right? At the center I mean along the axis it is from south pole to north pole. We will discuss about this later. Now what we have to highlight is magnetic field is uniform, parallel, straight along the axis of the solenoid. Magnetic field is uniform, parallel, straight along the axis of the solenoid. Next point is between the turns. Okay, between the turns and outside. Okay, I will consider a point P. Outside the solenoid, magnetic field is 0. Between the turns and outside the solenoid, magnetic field is 0. So where is the magnetic field exist? Along the axis only magnetic field exists, right? Next thing what we are going to do is we are going to find the direction of magnetic field, right children? To find the direction of magnetic field, we are using right hand palm rule. For that, what you have to do is imagine this to be the solenoid. This is the solenoid. You have to hold the solenoid with your right hand, right? You have to see current direction is up. I am also keeping my fingers up, right? You have to make a grip of the solenoid and that is curl the finger in the direction of the current. Now this extended thumb, it gives the direction of magnetic field. Extended thumb gives the direction of magnetic field. See, this is the direction of magnetic field. This thumb also represent that end which it points out. That end of the solenoid will be the north pole, right children? The extended thumb gives the direction of magnetic field and the thumb also points toward the end where the north pole will be. Okay, this thumb represents north pole of the solenoid. Right children, now look at the rule here. The current carrying solenoid is held in the right hand. If the fingers curl in the direction of the current, if the fingers curl in the direction of the current, the extended thumb gives the direction of magnetic field and the thumb points toward the end where the north pole will be. Okay, the thumb points toward the end where the north pole will be. Now look at this diagram. The same thing I have drawn here. You can see the current is flowing in clockwise direction, right? Now to find these 4 fingers, you have to curl it in clockwise direction. Current direction, you have to curl the finger, right? So I am curling these 4 fingers in clockwise direction. Now you can see the extended thumb. It shows the north pole of the solenoid. Look at this diagram children. Here you can see the current is flowing in anti-clockwise. Current starts from positive of the battery. Current is flowing in anti-clockwise. Now you have to curl the finger in anti-clockwise direction. See these 4 fingers, you are curling it in anti-clockwise direction. The extended thumb is in this direction. Okay, extended thumb. Now this extended thumb represents the north pole, right? So curl your finger anti-clockwise because current is in anti-clockwise. Extended thumb gives the direction of north pole. This extended thumb gives the direction of north pole. You can see magnetic field lines, it moves from north pole to south pole, and inside the solenoid it is from south to north. Got it children? So this is the same property as that of a bar magnet. Here you can see a bar magnet. Magnetic field lines moves from north to south pole outside the bar magnet. Inside it is from south to north. So solenoid behaves like a bar magnet, right? Next, the length of the solenoid is large compared to the diameter. You can see the solenoid here. Look at the length of the solenoid from this end to this end. Length of the solenoid you see. Compare it with, consider a single loop and look at the diameter children. I have shaded, right? So diameter is very small, length is very large. That is, length of the solenoid is very large compared to the diameter, right? So this solenoid answer you have to learn. Ampere law, circuital law with solenoid you have to learn. Next class we will calculate magnetic field produced by a solenoid using Ampere circuital law. Hope you understood children. Thank you.